Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. If I'm smiling a little extra wide today, it's because I got to take a business trip that took me back to the homeland this week. If you're already connected with me personally on social media, you might already know that. It was a great drive out in the dark, as you might imagine. My Snapchat buddies didn't get anything from me at the gym that morning because instead of going to the gym, I jumped in the truck and took off for my appointment north of Pier that I told them I'd be at by 8 a.m. and I pulled in at 7:57, so I did all right. So anyway, it was a great drive out. I had to stop and take a picture of the sun coming up and the moon shining bright overhead, which it really set the tone for my day. Had a wonderful appointment with a couple that has been a client already, and we're potentially listing their property back there. As I think about that, if you know any agents in Pier that might be a good fit for the experience, by all means, let me know. We're always looking to bring on good people, and I won't let that deter me from actually going out that direction. It might actually bring me out there more often. So, a good agent in Pier, you let me know, and maybe you can get us connected, and the experience keeps growing. So, had the appointment, then I got to have lunch with mom and dad and my sister Kristen and her son Logan, and it was a great day. Catching up and telling stories and then looking through a lot of pictures. If you're also connected with me on social media, you know that my childhood friend Matt, it was his birthday yesterday, Friday, February 6th. And so I wanted to go through some pictures and find one to post. But there were a lot of them, and I'll send some to Nikki so that she can scroll some through. Matt and I knew each other since the time we, I think 5 years old. My folks, my mom. No offense to you, Dad, but Mom was a caregiver for Matt and I after school, and then that became the friendship that transcended time. Honestly, we were together our entire lives, and so a very special friend. I always love to remember him, as you guys know, on Coffee with Kory, but then on social media, especially on his birthday and that kind of thing. So, it's, again, that was an element of the trip as well. And just a classic day in Blunt. Loved every minute of it. And as one of you guys put on my post as I headed home that day, still can't believe that Snoop Dogg hasn't taken me up on my invitation to join me in Blunt. But there's still time. It might happen yet. So let's get to another little bit of foreshadowing that I put on social media earlier in the week. As I completed one of my runs that morning, and I put out there what I deem to be classic advice from the book Green Lights that I highlighted here. I think it was just a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Matthew McConaughey's book has got a lot of nuggets. We may turn Coffee with Kory into a little book club of that book because there's going to be plenty of other ones to come. But this particular clip was, or little passage, was from when he broke the news to his dad that he was leaving the University of Texas, where he was going for his undergrad, and then he was intending to go on to law school. And he had a calling to go into acting school and become an actor. And he was really nervous to tell his dad. If you ever read the book, you'll hear the backstory on how his dad was quite a disciplinarian. Certainly don't agree with everything that transpired, how Matthew was raised. But nonetheless, he's his dad. He looked to him for advice and guidance. And when he called his dad, he really assumed that he was going to get his butt chewed and take a tongue lashing over doing something so foolish as to leave a career path that he had intended on his entire life, to throw all the caution to the wind and go to acting school. And when he called his dad on the phone, his dad asked him a few things. I don't remember the exact way that Matthew put it in the book, but he said, "Are you sure? Have you given it a lot of thought?" And of course, he said, "Yeah, I have." And then it was succinct advice: don't half-ass it. And I put that out there on social media this week because I feel like there are so many things in life that can be summed up with that simple advice. When you make what you feel is a sound decision, you give it good thought, you think about the reasons why and potentially why not, and then you make the decision to do it, don't half-ass it. Do it all the way and give it everything you've got. And I know that in the book, Matthew McConaughey was really taken aback by that and shocked by it, but clearly he did it and it paid off well for him. The other part of that you find out later in the book is if you follow that guy's career path at all, you know that when he first started, he was in a lot of like what you consider light acting roles, like romantic comedies. And he did a string of those to start with. And I never realized this until I read the book, but he made a conscious decision to say, okay, I'm not doing these types of roles anymore. I want roles that are going to challenge me from an actor standpoint and really get into more dramatic type roles. And he went for a period of time, 20 months I think it was, between acting roles because he kept getting offered the type of roles that he was accustomed to and that the industry was accustomed to giving him, and was really holding out for something else. And his wife actually looked at him when he made this decision and said, don't half-ass it. You got to do it the whole way. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want from your career, then you got to commit to it. And he did, and clearly it's paid off for him. So, that I felt like that little bit of advice was probably worthwhile in sharing. I've tried to implement that in my own career and my own life as much as possible, because it's not just career advice, right? I mean, it's everything. It's everything that you do. It's relationships. It's your career. It's everything. And so if you can make those decisions that this is what I want to do, and this is why, and then when you commit to it, you got to go the whole way, and don't let anything deter it. I'm going to give you one little spin on this because I thought about this a lot this week, because as we have taken the experience down this path, I've tried a lot of different ideas. And some that are really out of the box, and frankly, several that haven't worked. So I think it is worth noting that there is a difference between pursuing something that is an idea and pursuing something that is a passion or a goal. And those ideas are things that help you along that path. And I've read a lot of inspirational material and all that kind of stuff. That is what my social media feed is really chock full of. And I read one other bit of advice at one point in time that indicated, if you have something that you really feel is the right way to take something on, an idea that you're pursuing and it doesn't work, don't be afraid to pivot away from it. So I felt like that was worth noting, that there have been ideas along this whole path of making the experience everything that I'm really trying to make it to be a nationwide company. But there's going to be ideas and ways that we're trying to make it work along the way that sometimes are not effective, and you can't be afraid to pivot away from things in the pursuit of the ultimate goal. So felt like that was worthwhile noting as well. And we'll keep going after it. We're not going to half-ass it. We're going the whole way. So I hope you guys enjoy the week, and I hope to see you again next week at Coffee with Kory.